For years, Samsung has been leading the foldable phone market with its Galaxy Z Fold and Z Flip series. These phones showed everyone what foldable screens could do, but now it looks like Apple is finally getting ready to enter the foldable phone, World 2. And it seems like they're taking a lot of ideas from Samsung. According to a new leak from people who work with Apple's test equipment, Apple is working on a foldable iPhone prototype that has some interesting features. It might have an under-display camera, or UDC, and could even bring back Touch ID, which is the fingerprint sensor Apple used in older iPhones. Let's break down what we know so far. First, there were old rumors saying Apple might use an under-display camera for Face ID in regular iPhones. But this new report says something else. The prototype foldable iPhone uses the under-display camera for taking photos and videos, similar to what Samsung already does with its Galaxy Z Fold phones. And here's a big surprise. This foldable iPhone might not have Face ID at all. That's a huge change because Face ID has been a big part of iPhones since the iPhone X. But it seems like Apple might go back to using Touch ID instead. If you follow Apple, you probably know that Touch ID hasn't been in flagship iPhones since the iPhone 8 in 2017. Only the iPhone SE 2022 still uses it, but Apple kept using Touch ID in iPads, MacBooks, and other devices. So the technology isn't gone. And now it might return in a new way for the foldable iPhone. The leak says this new iPhone would have a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, just like Samsung's foldable phones. This makes sense because using facial recognition can be difficult on foldable phones since people use them in different positions. A physical fingerprint sensor might actually be easier and faster to use on a phone that folds. Now, let's talk about the cameras. This foldable iPhone prototype uses an under-display camera for the inner screen. That means you could take selfies, make video calls, or record videos without seeing a notch or a camera hole on the main screen. Again, this is just like what Samsung already does. On the outside screen, the phone is expected to have a regular punch hole camera. So, is Apple copying Samsung? Well, in many ways, yes. From the under-display camera placement to the side-mounted Touch ID and even the dual-screen design, Apple seems to be taking a lot of inspiration from Samsung's foldable phones. But knowing Apple, they'll probably put their own spin on these features. As for when this phone might launch, reports say Apple could release its first foldable iPhone in late 2026 or early 2027. That's still a couple of years away. And remember, prototypes are just early test versions, so things could change before the final product comes out. But if Apple does launch a foldable iPhone with an under-display camera and Touch ID, it would be a big deal. Samsung has been the only major player in foldables for a long time. If Apple jumps in, it would push Samsung and other phone makers to get even better and come up with new ideas. It would also get a lot of people excited about foldable phones again. An Apple foldable would likely be very popular and could make more people interested in buying foldables for the first time. So, what do you think about a foldable iPhone? Do you like the idea of Touch ID making a comeback? And are you okay with Apple borrowing ideas from Samsung? Share your thoughts in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more tech updates, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.